Hello, Melinda. How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Looking forward to this wonderful few days together.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Firstly, happy Women's International Day. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
isn't that perfect? It's perfect.
So we are so honored that you are being a presenter and speaker for
Thank
this
you.
WIN conferences today. So
Thank you.
before we start the session, so we will play a beautiful introduction video of yours. So later you can start your session. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is a healthy lifestyle designer and a disease prevention expert. Cited as one of the world's top 10 natural cancer survivors by Extreme Health Radio. Number 4, having beaten stage 4 cancer with an integrated approach, she shares her hard-won lessons worldwide. Elaine lost 28 pounds and 4 sizes along the way. She is a sought-after speaker, author, mentor, and green juice-loving grandmother. Women have been hiring Elaine to create disease-free optimal health, vitality, and youth naturally without giving up chocolate.
So yes, Elaine. So you can start your presentation.
Okay, let's see if I can. I guess with that video up, I can't share my screen.
Yes, doing one second.
Great.
Yes, Elaine, you
Yay.
can. So you are sharing your screen, right?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, yeah. We can able to
Oh,
see. Yeah.
okay, wonderful. Well, hi, everybody. I am so excited to be here with you, and especially on International Women's International Day. What could be better? So, I want to talk to you about how extraordinary women are creating extraordinary legacies. And if you are here with us today, you are doing just that. So, it took me facing death to get serious about living. When they told me I had cancer, I couldn't breathe. And when my medical team told me they did not believe I would see my grandchildren grow up unless I did exactly what traditional protocols were calling for, I knew that I had to find a better way. Um, and a way that I could trust. So the problem is that 39% of men and women, now I'm talking about the United States right here for these numbers, will be diagnosed with cancer. 23.5 million Americans suffer from an autoimmune disease. And 39% of adults have obesity. Let that sink in for a minute. So, once upon a time, there was a little girl who grew up in an incredible loving family. She even danced at Carnegie Hall. And um, all the three adults in the picture here, she held in her arms as they passed on and transferred to their next life. And her most favorite times were spent in the car with her mom and the conversations that she had. But nobody then was talking about dreams and goals and creativity and wonder for little girls. But even though she had this incredible childhood, in her heart, she still yearned for more. And then it all changed. She was lucky enough to go away to sleepaway camp because she lived in the middle of a big city. And it was there that the genie came out of the bottle. It was there that she learned about girlfriends and about sisterhood. In her heart, she still yearned for more. And this is why, now, obviously, if you hadn't guessed by now, that's me. And this is us. And this is why I am so devoted to empowering women to take control of their lives and to create the absolute best version of themselves so that they can create extraordinary lifestyles, legacies, and love, as we call it. And this is why I began the Extraordinary Sisterhood. But I have to tell you, oh my goodness, I was so embarrassed. I was standing in the middle of the men's room. Has it ever happened to anybody else? So I was at the garden center because we had just moved into a new house, and I drove like 45 minutes to get there. So I don't know about you, but as soon as I get somewhere after 45 minutes, you know what I have to do. Yep, I headed straight to the ladies' room. I passed the first door that said MEN. And then I ran into the next door and I was standing in the middle of the men's room. All I can say is, thank goodness the man whose back was to me didn't hear me. I tiptoed out and I went to see what happened at the other door. I was in such a hurry that I did not see a ladder up against the wall covering the W and the O. And I missed the sign. I was in such a hurry, I missed the sign. You are missing signs all the time. Living life in the fast lane, taking care of everybody else, you are missing signs all the time. And as a disease prevention expert, let me say to you that your body is giving you signs all the time, but they become so familiar as symptoms that we begin to believe they're a natural part of aging. So let's look at some of them. My experience, this is a good majority of them. Inflammation, confusion. I still don't know where my keys are, actually. I put them down somewhere in the house yesterday and I still don't know where they are. Frustration, overwhelm, poor choices. We need to be making choices from strength when we feel great, not from weakness when we feel yucky. Gaining weight, constipation, crashing at 3 p.m. And worst of all, when you really ignore them, you get into a health crisis. But it is not your fault. It's absolutely not your fault. And here's what's happening. Your cells are starving. And when your cells are starving, you're functioning in crisis mode. And when you're in crisis mode, nothing works. We call this getting caught in starving cell syndrome. So when you're in crisis mode and you're in this like a merry-go-round that you can't get off, when your cells are starving and nothing works, you can't lose weight. It doesn't matter what kind of a program you're on or what you're trying to do. You can't sleep, all those things that we were talking about. It's so interesting that one of the most shared symptoms that women talk to me about is constipation. I had no idea how rampant it was and how universal it is. And let me say something, sisters. It's hard to change the world when you can't even poop. Let me just put it out there for everybody. So, when we are in starving cell syndrome, we need to get our bodies back into alignment. And let me say this, your body is a beautiful, beautiful creation. You are designed to thrive in nature. And your body can heal itself. And this is why we work so hard to empower you with information that's simple and easy, that you can be your best, as we were saying, to absolutely change the world, because that's what we're doing at a conference like this. But it's not willpower, it's skill power. If you're here, you have the willpower. You just don't have clarity on the skills. And one of the reasons for that is that there's so much conflicting information, your head can explode. High fat, low fat, high carb, low fat, low carb. My mother and I even did the rye bread diet, 26 years ago when she was alive. Yes, we did the rye bread diet. And here's what I want to ask you. And this I'm very, very confused about. There are so many fad diets. When did bacon and cheese become healthy, and eating and choosing from God's garden become woo-woo or controversial? This is why women like you need to be out there in the forefront so that you are at your best when decisions are being made about things that you care about. In Wigmore, one of my heroes, the food you eat can be either the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. Your health is what you make of it. So let me tell you why I believe that your legacy is way bigger and more universal than even you think about it. Listen, I know how busy you are. I know you're busy taking care of everybody else, and my vision is to help you take care of yourself. I see you taking care of yourself and just being amazing. But here's what happens. When you are exhausted, you're not reaching out and you're not completing some of your magic. You know, they say nobody wants to die with a song left in their heart, with the music inside of them. So you need to be in a position to be at the table when decisions and votes are being made that you care about. If you have children and you're concerned about school lunches, you need to be well enough and thriving enough to be part of the vote, to be at meetings where those things take place. So women's issues are so important, but your legacy, the power of your legacy and impact is in direct proportion to how you feel. I wanted that to sink in for a minute. So I want to share with you a couple of things about your self-care. And I'm going to share with you 4 things that you can implement today. I'm astounded by the fact that women tell me all the time that they believe self-care is selfish. That's crazy. That's crazy. You deserve and must claim areas of self-care that you can implement simply and impactfully. So the first is the food you eat. We've already talked about God's garden. Here's the rule of thumb. 80% of what you eat needs to be natural and from God's garden. They need to be alkaline foods filled with energy and nutrients in a natural setting. Listen, isn't everything 80-20 in business and life? 80-20 Pareto's rule. 80% of what you eat needs to be from nature. I'm not talking about processed, what is touted as being healthy. I'm talking about natural foods from God's garden. Okay. The second thing is stay hydrated. That is so important. Be sure you are getting enough water and be sure you're getting what we call water that works. You need hydrogenated, negatively charged water, oxygen rich, so that your body and your cells stay hydrated. Another thing is begin your day with hot water and lemon. Remember, I said these all have to be simple steps. Begin your day with warm water and lemon. Everybody, all of our clients, all of the women in all of our groups, everybody starts their day with hot water and lemon. I have women texting me and messaging me all the time. Hey, Elaine, I've heard you. And I started my day with hot water with lemon. Let me tell you, start your day with hot water with lemon, you'll be pooping like a queen. I say it in a way that you can absorb it with humor and love so that you'll remember it. Here's one I bet you never heard before. Every time you wash your hands, have lotion by every sink. I have it in my bag, I have it in my desk, I have it in my car. Whenever you wash your hands, a little bit of lotion, rub into your hands just for a couple of seconds. Several things. First of all, it feels so good, and you're touching all your acupressure points, and it gets your blood going and oxygen in. And it's just time for you. This is you getting away. This is your self-care for 5 seconds. And if you really feel great and you're by your mirror, look in the mirror and go, you go, girl. This is so easy. These 4 items will take you to the next level of lifestyles, legacies, and love. So this is my life now. I'm healthy, thriving. While we're talking now, I'm 77 years old. When I found my journey in eating naturally, I lost 28 pounds, 4 to 5 sizes, without trying. And with my renewed health and vitality, I ride the carousel with my granddaughter, Devin. I jump in the ocean with my husband, Nevin. Easy for you to say. And when they're both together and I have Devin and Nevin in the same house, you never know who's answering. And I swim with my grandson, Gabriel, who's over in California, and I'm in Virginia. Our beloved Eleanor Roosevelt. Feeling healthy and feeling good about yourself is not a luxury, it's an absolute necessity. I believe it's actually a responsibility. Now, I'm no one to dispute Eleanor Roosevelt. I just want to take it to a bigger vision for you and your legacy. We must be our best self in order to bring our best work to the world. And sisters, this is your legacy because you deserve optimal health, vitality, and joy every single day. So if you're going to leave a legacy, if you're going to leave a legacy, make your mark on the world that cannot be erased. Because here's this thing, you're leaving a legacy anyway. And everybody around you is watching you. So if you're leaving a legacy, you might as well create one your way. I love this quote. Here's to strong women. May we be them, may we know them, and may we raise them. So I want to wish you health and gratitude always. And if you want to get in touch with me, this is how to do it. But for now, again, I want to wish you health and gratitude always. Let's see what magic we can create together.
I know. You'll give a wonderful presentation today. Yeah,
Thank you.
so yeah, this is a question from our audience. It's nowadays without any symptoms, so without any yeah, health is good, but people are diagnosed with cancer. Yes.
So the question, what I'm not sure what the question is.
So
So let
nowadays
me,
people are diagnosing with cancer.
right? So
Okay. So yeah.
let me just say this.
So
Everybody has symptoms. Everybody has symptoms. And the
mm-hmm,
idea is to look at the symptoms that you are experiencing so that it doesn't go further and end up in a health crisis. So Oprah Winfrey talks about first you start with a pebble, then you start with a stone, then you start with a brick, then you start with, and if you don't stop it, then you end up with a Mack truck, which is actually what happened to me. So the whole concept is that you always have symptoms. You don't realize that they are your body telling you that something is the matter at the cellular level. And these symptoms appear in the um, smallest awareness when your cells are starving. So if you have insomnia, if you are confused, if you have inflammation, if you are constipated, it is your body being in crisis, your cells starving, and that's the environment where cancer grows. So by backing up early, you are maintaining and creating an incredibly healthy immune system so that something like cancer does not appear.
mm-hmm.
I hope that helps. I hope that helps.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Yes, there will be symptoms, right? So we need to,
Everybody has,
yeah. So yeah, if we get like we are constipated, we think like it's a small issue, and yeah, we will take some tablet, and and the day goes on like that. But it will be a big issue if we neglect these type of small symptoms, right?
exactly. Perfect. And it's interesting because being constipated doesn't mean that you haven't gone to the bathroom in 6 days. It means that your body early on, even if you're not going more than, I don't want to get into exactly pooping and stuff, but if your digestive system isn't working properly, you're not eliminating enough. And if you're not um, if you're not caressing your digestive system and your cells, then you will get more constipated and more constipated. And that's not a pretty feeling. Yeah. But it's amazing how universal it is.
Yes. Thank you so much, Elaine, for the amazing speech and informative speech sharing with our WIN conferences stage. So we are so honored. Thank you so much for your continuous support
Thank
with
you.
us. We need your support for our future conferences as well. So this, as I told you, this is a hybrid event. So if you want to share your experiences, or if you have a very good conversation with the physical speakers, which is going live in the Paris, France, so you can join our Zoom link, which I have shared. So just click on the link and you can have a beautiful conversation with the speakers in Paris. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.
Okay,
Bye
sis,
bye.
let's create some magic.
So when I talk to you, I feel like a positive energy. I don't know why, but it's really a positive energy from you. Thank
I
you so
hope so.
much.
Thank you.
So before moving into the another session, so let's take a 30 minutes of lunch break and we will get back. So let's have some lunch and we will get back. Okay.